Son, DeAndre Matthews was a gay black man. He was gay. Everybody knows.
Welcome to another episode of J Inclusive. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and set your notifications on so you are alerted every time I upload.
News since 4 o'clock, we are hearing from the woman whose now ex-boyfriend is charged in a vicious attack that hurt her son and his partner. In the last 10 minutes, we also heard from the FBI. Channel 2's Nicole Carr is live with the exclusive information with the woman who has questions about why this happened to her son. Nicole.
Jovita, Kim Foster says she and this man had dated for 3 years, been around one another's families, and nothing raised a red flag before this attack.
Yeah, and it still hurt my family. It still hurt me. It still hurt me thinking about it.
Last month's vicious attack makes it hard for Anthony Gooden to take a look at what once was compared to what's reality.
Yeah, I hate looking in the mirror, but it's healing. It's healing. It's healing every day.
The 23-year-old and his boyfriend Marquez Tolbert suffered second and third-degree burns all over their bodies after police say Gooden's mother's boyfriend poured boiling water over the sleeping couple last month.
Where was your head at? Like, why would you do this?
I just feel like it was real hateful.
When I got there and saw my child, I like to die. I wanted to die.
In an exclusive interview with Channel 2 Action News, we are hearing from Gooden and his mother, who says she asked her then-boyfriend, Martin Blackwell, to stop talking the night before the attack when he questioned her son's new relationship with Tolbert.
I said, that's not your house. I said, you need to mind your business. Well, they laying up in, I said, that's not your business. I said, Toot don't bother you. I said, that boy don't bother you. I said, this is not your house.
Justice needs to be served.
Blackwell remains in the Fulton County Jail charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery, telling College Park police they'll be all right. It was just a little hot water on them.
He not human. He have hatred in his heart, and God's going to deal with him.
I just want Martin to be gone.
The pain, you can't sleep at night. The first week I came home, it's like, I think I got about 10 hours of sleep that whole week. The pain doesn't let you sleep. It's like it's excruciating 24 hours a day, and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't dial down or anything. It's just there. Like, you wake up in the middle of the night and you just cry and you want to sleep and you can't. And son, you're doing this too. Like, how could you not care? Like, where was your head at? Like, why would you do this?
You've been able to talk to him?
On screen. And when I'm out in the sun, it hurts. Like, it's basically like you're being burned all over again. Like, I'm things anymore. Well, at least not for 2 years. I didn't even see it. Like, I basically just woke up to it. And it's, yeah, so it's like, just, the wall was right here. Anthony was behind. So once the water hit, I smacked the wall and then shot out of bed. Just was flailing around screaming, yes.
It's nothing to talk about. You got my account number, you got my routing number, give me my money.
Anthony Gooden says he wants the donors who contributed more than $70,000 to his GoFundMe medical recovery account to know one thing: he's fighting a new fight.
She's still holding on to my money. I haven't received all my money, and I want something to take place because I need it.
Gooden says a family member is withholding tens of thousands of dollars raised after his story went viral last month. The 23-year-old and his partner suffered second and third-degree burns after Gooden's mother's boyfriend poured boiling water over the sleeping couple, telling police he'd done it because they were gay. Gooden, who was in a coma for 2 weeks after the February attack, asked a cousin, Diane Jackson, to set up the GoFundMe page to help with $178,000 worth of medical bills. But 2 months later, he says he's only seen about $12,000 of the money. In text conversations between Jackson and Gooden, she asked him to meet her to discuss paying the hospital first.
For her to feel like, she can take over, I don't know where it's coming from.
I've given him more than half of the money. Now I'm trying to get with him so we can take care of Grady to some capacity, and then if there's something left over, he can have it.
Over the phone, Jackson told me she's protecting herself from tax liability and protecting Gooden from other family members she fears would use the money for things that have nothing to do with his medical expenses.
My whole thing is my name was over that account, and I don't want any type of repercussions coming towards me for not for misappropriating the funds.
Jackson says she wants to meet Gooden either here at the hospital or on mutual ground to sign an agreement releasing her from any liability. She recently shut down that GoFundMe page and hired an attorney, saying she doesn't want to deal with this anymore. Meanwhile, Gooden says he'll be consulting some legal counsel of his own.
Testimony started today in the trial of a man accused of pouring boiling water onto two gay men as they slept. One of the victims cried as he described that attack.
It was agonizing. It was excruciating.
Marquez Tolbert told the court about the moments in February when he and his boyfriend, Anthony Gooden, awoke to boiling water getting poured on top of them in their College Park apartment. Prosecutors say Martin Blackwell attacked the couple as they slept.
What were you doing while laying in that bed?
I was sleeping.
Tolbert spent 10 days in the hospital after the attack. Gooden was there for more than a month.
It's out of nowhere.
The judge ordered a 15-minute recess as Tolbert cried uncontrollably. Later, Gooden testified he still has visible scars on his face. Gooden told the court that Blackwell was his mother's boyfriend at the time. He says since the attack, he's not been able to work.
Have a job currently? No, sir. Not working right now due to the disability in my right arm.
Now this breaking news. One of the victims burned when a man threw scalding water on them, says the jury made the right decision in convicting their attacker. At Channel 2's Tom Jones live in downtown Atlanta, where the defendant was sentenced to 40 years here in the past hour. Tom?
Yeah, that's right, Justin. The judge here sentenced Martin Blackwell to a 40-year sentence, and that came after a jury here deliberated about 2.5 hours before returning with guilty counts on all 10 counts surrounding the attack on those two gay men. One of them told me that Blackwell got what he deserved. Let's go to some video from inside the courtroom. Blackwell sat with a blank stare on his face as the judge read the jury's verdicts. Guilty on 8 counts of aggravated battery and guilty on 2 counts of aggravated assault. He then sentenced Blackwell to 40 years in prison. That's after Blackwell threw hot water on Anthony Gooden and Marquez Tolbert in February as the two slept together. Prosecutors say Blackwell was angry his girlfriend, son, and boyfriend were sleeping together under his roof. Tolbert appreciated the sentence and appreciated the support he got from people all around the state.
More people than that were in my corner. It made me feel really good, and it actually helped me heal.
And the defense had claimed that Blackwell was from the old school and didn't like or felt disrespected that gay people or even people who were unmarried or not married were sleeping under his roof. The jury obviously did not buy that. Tolbert told me he didn't want to place hate with hate, so one day he says he will forgive.
Hey everybody, I'm Marquez. I just wanted to say thank you all for everything you guys have done to help me and Anthony and our families. Can't thank you all enough. It means the world to me. I'm healing quite nicely, actually. It's a slow process, but you know, just taking it day by day. And I wouldn't have gotten through it as much if it wasn't for all of your help. I really appreciate everything. I really, really do. Thank you all so very much.
And another mourning family in our area is looking for answers tonight as a 19-year-old who'd gone missing was found dead just minutes from his home in Brooklyn.
CBS 2's Christy Kalishian spoke with his family.
We love him. We love him. We love him. And I'm so sorry that this happened to him.
The family of 19-year-old DeAndre Matthews coping with unexpected grief over his tragic death.
I just want justice for my son. My son got off of work Monday, and then that was it.
DeAndre Matthews, also known as Dre, went missing Monday. Matthews left his job at 5 p.m. at Detail Shop Buggy Service Center in Crown Heights near his home. Tuesday, his mother's Jeep Cherokee was found a few minutes away on Troy Avenue, burned. His body was then found near Nostrand Avenue on train tracks. Police say also burned. His mom was able to find this out by tracking the car down. He was her only son.
This is disgusting. Like, my brother didn't do anything to nobody, and I could really say that. He wasn't in a gang. He wasn't a violent kid. He wasn't a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? He stayed in the house.
The 19-year-old was known for his sense of humor. He loved driving, spending time with his family, and playing video games.
We don't know nothing. We don't know anything. And my sister, she don't deserve this at all. At all.
He's just so nice to people. He's just always too nice. And sometimes people can take that for granted. I always told him to be strong, though.
I'm just angry, and I want justice for my son.
Danielle Matthews found it difficult to talk about her 19-year-old son, DeAndre Matthews, and it's easy to understand why. The college student disappeared earlier this month after borrowing his mother's car. Police say he was found a few days later. DeAndre had been shot in the head, his body burned, and left on freight train tracks near Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn. Police are still working to try to solve this murder. No suspect has been arrested, no motive uncovered.
I just hope we just get justice. I don't know. That's all you can say. That's all. Yeah.
DeAndre, who is also gay, is being remembered by the LGBTQ community activists here in Brooklyn who hosted a vigil and small service in his memory. They want to know if police will be looking at this case as a possible hate crime. Catherine Shregru dos Santos is with the NYC Anti-Violence Project.
Yeah. We're here to lift up the memory of DeAndre Matthews, who was tragically killed earlier this month, and to join with his loved ones and the community to lift up his life, celebrate him, make sure he's not forgotten, to ask for more of an investigation of what happens to him. We don't really know how this came about. Say his name!
Members of Equality for Flatbush also speaking up for DeAndre.
We are committed to you having justice, that we will not stop until you have justice.
He deserves any and everything that he gets. He deserves every day to rot in that jail.
Raw reaction from Brooklyn mother Danielle Matthews watching video of her son's DeAndre's accused killer walked out of the 70th precinct just hours ago.
Why'd you do it? I cannot forgive him. And I would not forgive him as of right now.
Police have now arrested and charged 19-year-old Isaiah Baez with murder, criminal possession of a weapon, and tampering with physical evidence. Matthews thankful for investigators' hard work.
The detectives on this job, they was there with me day by day.
Earlier this month, 24-year-old Remy McPrecia, who police say was also involved, was charged with concealment of a human body and tampering with physical evidence.
It just was evil. You shot my son and then you burnt my son.
For Matthews, it's a nightmare she wished she could wake up from that started back on February 7th. That's when she noticed her son was missing, but investigators would find her son burned, shot to death, and thrown on the freight tracks near Flatbush Junction.
And you overkilled him because you didn't want to come out and be real within yourself. Because everybody know my son, DeAndre Matthews, was a gay black man. He was gay. Everybody knows this. Why did you kill him?
As Matthews still questions the motive behind the murder, a bright future now stolen from the 19-year-old who attended SUNY Binghamton majoring in criminal justice, and an immeasurable loss for the family he left behind.
My mother, DeAndre's grandmother, like he was the first boy in my family. That's her first grandson. That's my sister's first nephews. That's my daughter's only brother. Like, he don't even know what he took.
As these charges are just days ahead of Mother's Day, there's a sense of loss, but also hope to hold on to the memory of her son.
I got faith. I got faith. I have faith. I have to have faith.
Now, Danielle tells me she's thankful that 2 suspects are now arrested and charged, but it's only step 1 to justice. She says she's now leaving it up to the courts to hold both accountable.
Well, Charles was hit in the head. Both he and his boyfriend Vincent were taken to the hospital. Charles went home this morning, and we just spoke to Vincent on the phone. He was released tonight, but he's still in a lot of pain. He has 2 broken ribs and a punctured lung.
My name is Charles Clements.
Charles and his boyfriend Vincent live in the Central Valley with their dog Princess. On Thursday night, Charles picked Vincent up from work at Walmart. Little did they know 2 followed them home. When they got out of the car,
and I was about to unlock the door, and next thing I hear is he calling my name. So I come back and I see my boyfriend, fighting with the guys.
The fight spilled over onto their front porch where they knocked over a glass table.
And there was a lot of glass on the floor, so the guy came around and picked up the glass. I'm like, don't do that, And then he started stabbing my boyfriend in the back, So I just pushed him away so he could stop doing it,
Charles told Fox 5 neighbors heard the attack and saw everything.
Neighbors and everybody just looking. Nobody called the police. The guy was kicking him on his rear.
Then the 2 men drove away.
Then that's when we called the police.
The attackers broke Vincent's ribs.
My boyfriend's shoes, he had blood on his shoes. And
punctured a lung.
I never been through nothing like this in my life. Never. I was so scared,
Vincent told police he recognized one of the attackers, a man who works with him at Walmart. That's how the guy knew about their relationship.
It was all about gay bashing. The guy came up to my boyfriend's job, called him abomination, called him all types of fags and stuff.
This is Charles' uncle Anthony.
He should have to go there.
Who's now helping Charles and Vincent find a new place to live.
Like, I don't even want to be here in this apartment no more because I'm afraid that they're going to come back.
And Metro Police are investigating. Charles says he just hopes officers catch the guys before they hurt anyone else.
I'm just so happy that y'all called us and let us know,
Fox 5 called a Valley couple to tell them police arrested 2 men in their case. 2 men investigators think followed and attacked them.
Charles and Vincent told us the men attacked them because they're gay. Fox 5's Tiana Bonner introduced us to Charles last Friday when Vincent was still in the hospital. And Tiana, you spent the afternoon with them tonight. How are they doing?
Well, John Christine, Vincent is still recovering. He has dozens of stitches all over his back. One of the stab wounds punctured his right lung, and so he has to use a machine. And now police arrested these two right here, Keelan Abraham and Andre Duncan. They're charged with battery, but the couple wants to know why police aren't calling it a hate crime.
You could feel all the stitches, and it's like it's pulling your skin.
Vincent Shaver's pain stings far beneath the skin.
He was telling me that I was an abomination. I was, I wasn't meant for, this world.
He is Keelan Abraham. Vincent told me Abraham worked at Walmart with him, but the two didn't know each other well. He told police Abraham and his friend Andre Duncan threatened Vincent at work because he's gay.
Stuff like that is kind of like crazy. How can you say that to somebody? Just because I'm different from you doesn't mean I'm an abomination or I'm not supposed to be here.
I got a hold of the arrest report. Vincent said the verbal attacks lasted for weeks. Abraham and Duncan admitted they drove to Vincent and his boyfriend Charles' apartment last Thursday, then got into a fight with them.
As they were at our house fighting us, they were saying that. They was calling us faggots and all type of stuff. Like, if that's all you can say and do, what is it? You hate us.
They broke a glass table during the fight.
So the guy came around and picked up the glass. I'm like, don't do that, And then he started stabbing my boyfriend in the back. Because I keep thinking about it over and over and over again, like, and I get so emotional when it happens.
Vincent broke 2 ribs as well.
Like, I just feel like I could have done more, you know, like I was fighting, like I was trying to defend myself, but you know, like I just felt like every time I think about it, I could have done more.
The 2 suspects didn't say why they attacked the couple, but did say it wasn't a hate crime.
You're just saying something about my sexuality, how I'm living my life. That's hatred. So why not be charged for it?
Vincent and Charles are relieved police arrested their attackers.
I'm just happy. I thank God, you know.
I'm not insecure about myself. I'm always going to be who I am, and I'm not going to deny it for anybody.
And now Vincent and Charles have moved. They're staying with family while they try to get back on their feet. Vincent plans to be back at work next week.
Also the news now, a South Florida man says he was hit by hate, attacked and left bloodied because he's gay. Tonight, police have made an arrest, and the night team's Jessica Holly is on the story. She's at the Broward Jail in Fort Lauderdale. Jessica.
This man was left with stitches and fractures in his face after a violent attack, and he believes the attacker was motivated by hate. This evening, we watched the accused taken into the jail. A man steps out of a jail van in cuffs. He's now locked up, accused of causing this.
I received 10 stitches.
7 on the forehead and 3 above the lip of James Garcia.
I fractured the cartilage on both sides of my nose.
He says he was attacked by a stranger who happens to be no stranger to the law. But he believes his motivation for this latest crime was hate. And here's why.
He came up to me and asked me, "Are you gay?" and then punched me.
It happened Sunday after he and his dog Delilah headed out for a walk around 7:45 a.m.
As I was leaving the building, I heard from the distance towards the ocean someone screaming.
And as they were returning home on A1A near 27th Street in Fort Lauderdale, a guy walked up with a question.
"Are you gay?"
And then a punch.
But this happened so quickly that I didn't have time to react.
He says he identified his attacker after looking at pictures provided by Fort Lauderdale police. Then Tuesday afternoon, police making an arrest at this hotel and apartment building just steps from the victim's home. 36-year-old Maurice Antoine Charles of Fort Lauderdale, a man with a lengthy criminal history, now facing a new charge of aggravated battery. The victim in this case says that's not enough.
This was a crime of hate.
And he says the damage from this attack goes far beyond what you see on his face.
I do think about it every day. I think of the attacker when I close my eyes. I can hear his voice. Those wounds will take time to heal.
The man charged in a homophobic attack in Fort Lauderdale facing a charge of aggravated battery. And it isn't his first time facing that felony charge, or even his second. Miami-Dade police providing these mugshots of prior arrests and convictions of Maurice Charles.
When I close my eyes, I see this attacker every day. I hear his voice. I see his face.
The attack so vicious, Garcia says he was knocked to the ground, his face left bloodied.
My phone was covered in blood. I couldn't call 911. I asked for help, but the person just kept walking. Thankfully, another person from the neighborhood stopped, called the police.
Garcia suffered multiple fractures to his face, bruises, and cuts that required 10 stitches. Fort Lauderdale police arresting Charles yesterday afternoon, charging him with aggravated battery. So again, Charles was previously arrested and convicted for aggravated battery. He is now charged with aggravated battery and may still be prosecuted for a hate crime.